The price of Bitcoin rallied up to $29,526, peaking at $30,000 earlier today. Since yesterday, it has been on the rise. This, of course, means that we've been making some pretty decent profit overnight. And we're going to talk about that in today's video. What is the plan from here? Because the trades that we talked about earlier this week have really started to pay on Friday, at the end of the week, which is good news. So today, we're going to be looking at some of this on-chain data. We're going to be looking at the price of Bitcoin. We're going to be assessing how these trades have gone. Yesterday, you'll know there was only 0.6 Bitcoin in this account. Now there's 0.69. And of course, we've got to discuss what's going on here because the XRP or Ripple executives have been cleared of all SEC charges, meaning the SEC has dropped its legal case against XRP completely. All of this has a tremendous impact on the future of this industry, and it's actually really bullish news. Everything going on in the market right now is suggesting that actually $40,000 is not as far away as what you think. So if you're interested in what's to come, do drop a like on today's video. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Turn on those channel notifications down there. And yeah, leave comments. Comments are really useful for the algorithm, and I really do appreciate it. I read through all the comments after every video. So thank you very much, and let's crack on. So first things first, as you'll know from watching the channel for a while, we actually have some decent trades open at these price levels. This trade on BitGet is in about $1,000 worth of profit, and the trade that I've got open on BYBIT that we entered down at these levels down here is now, of course, in a very hefty profit as well, which is very nice. However, how is Bitcoin's price currently performing, and what can we expect? Because since the rally up earlier today, it has lost some momentum. This is the price of Bitcoin on the 1 minute chart, and currently it is back in a downtrend. However, if we zoom out on this chart, go to the hourly, it's clearly not in a downtrend anymore, and it's just having a bit of a reset moment. So what can we expect from this? Well, in order to understand what we can expect from this, we've got to understand why this happened in the first place. So rather than starting out today's video by analyzing the price of Bitcoin, we've actually got to analyze two pieces of key important news, with the first one being that Ripple executives have been cleared of SEC charges, and the second one being that GRAYSCALE has filed a new spot Bitcoin ETF documents seeking green light for launch. A Bitcoin ETF might not be as far away as what people expected, but starting off here, Ripple CEO and executive chairman were cleared of charges on Thursday. This is one of the reasons why the price of XRP has been significantly on the rise of late, but basically on Thursday it was announced that the Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse and executive chairman Chris Larsen have been cleared of all charges brought against them by the US Securities and Exchange Commission. This is a huge loss. If you click on this little link here, it takes us over to the post from that's me there. You can see my reflection in the screen, but you can see this post from Brad Garlinghouse. Ripple 3, SEC 0. The SEC has basically admitted that they were wrong for bringing these charges against them. Now, secondary to that, GRAYSCALE filing new spot Bitcoin ETF. What does that mean for crypto? Well, on Thursday, GRAYSCALE submitted a new filing with the SEC seeking the final approval from the regulator to launch its spot Bitcoin exchange traded fund. Now, it's important to remember about this that their last ETF was rejected by the SEC, but the SEC actually had no grounds to reject it because in theory, it should have been approved. Now, because of that, there is huge amounts of speculation going on right now that next week the ETF is going to be approved. These things don't normally drag on for months. They normally, with normal ETFs, if they're going to approve it, they should approve it. They already have all of the documents, they've read through them several times, they keep rejecting them, and they legally probably can't even reject the next one because the last one, they got in trouble for rejecting, and they actually got in trouble with the state there. So the next Bitcoin ETF will likely be approved. When GRAYSCALE Spot Bitcoin ETF is approved, and Valkyrie Spot Bitcoin ETF is approved, and all of the other Spot Bitcoin ETF is approved, what do you think is going to happen to the price of Bitcoin? Like the other day, we went up 7% in 7 minutes. Imagine if that actually lasted 24 hours. Like, it'd be a straight line to the moon. So from my perspective, Bitcoin is clearly bullish right now. There's a lot of bets being placed that this is basically the start of the next huge rally. And if we zoom out on the price of Bitcoin right now and go to the daily chart, you can see that technically, we're forming a head and shoulders top formation. At the same time, that's not the world's most bullish thing. However, if we manage to break $30,500 is the next key level of resistance. If we break 30,500, the target comes up here to being around 32,500, and a break of 32,500 brings us up to the next level of resistance around $37,000. I think that $37,000 level could potentially hit next week, which is why I think it's really important not to miss this one. So in terms of everybody in the UK that got locked out of BYBIT, if you don't know already, you should be using BitGet. Check out BitGet. You'll find a link for it in today's video description. That's the exchange that I'm trading on right here. And that is probably going to become my predominant UK exchange for now. You need to KYC on this exchange, but you can currently KYC as a UK resident. So check it out. Link in today's video description. And if you use that link in today's video description, I think, will it take us over to here? No, this is a different thing. That's my account balance for all of my Hex that I've got. But Hex has been pumping actually in the past 24 hours. That's been quite nice. Either way, you get like $8,000 for free when you sign up to BitGet, or rather, you get up to $8,000 for free, but you get $15 for just making an account. You'll find a link in today's video description, but it is a good exchange. I have been using it a long time, and yeah, it is the UK exchange of choice right now, so check it out, link in today's video description. However, Bitcoin looking pretty tasty right now in terms of trades that we could potentially be taking on the price of Bitcoin. Well, of course, the price has come down a little bit from its highs earlier. I don't think longing off of this level of support here, so it's resistance turn support, I don't think longing off of this level is a bad idea. So if you're not already in a position at this moment in time, from my perspective, between $29,200 and $29,300, that is going to be the level of which to watch. If we're breaking below that level, that's not good news. However, if we're maintaining trades above that level, then the likelihood of a bounce goes pretty significantly higher, especially in the event of an ETF approval. Well, in that case, we're just going to go straight to the moon within a few minutes anyway. So from my perspective, I am positioning myself long. Of course, I am in about $500,000 worth of long positions right now. If we do lose this level of support here, I would expect a breakdown in price. And it's important to note that, of course, if you are in the UK, technically you shouldn't be trading because the government says that you can't do. And of course, I am not targeting you. I am targeting everybody outside of the UK when it comes to these videos these days. So if you're not in the UK, you can use BYBIT. BYBIT has got a $30,000 deposit bonus. You'll find a link for it in today's video description, as well as a bunch of other stuff. I think you get like $10 for signing up and making an account, or $20 or something like that. But yeah, all of that bonuses, link in today's video description. Check them out. They are the two best exchanges in crypto. It's just BYBIT's not available in England anymore. So moving on from that, there's a couple of other things that I want to check in on. Firstly, I've not checked on the price of Glimmer today. It is up 2.68% in the past 24 hours. That's pretty nice. But the price of Ethereum, a few people have pointed out to me recently, look, why isn't Ethereum performing as well as what Bitcoin is? Because in terms of Ethereum's Bitcoin value, it just keeps dropping. But from my perspective, where there is a spot Bitcoin ETF, there is a spot Ethereum ETF, and that will be the next realm of speculation. That spot Ethereum ETF will come. When people file the spot Bitcoin ETFs, they also file the spot Ethereum ETFs. If a Bitcoin ETF is approved, the odds of an Ethereum ETF go up significantly. And so from that perspective, this is going down in terms of its Bitcoin value, and expect, if there is a Bitcoin ETF approval, expect that Ethereum will not perform as well as Bitcoin. However, which is why I'm positioning myself long on Bitcoin and not long on Ethereum. However, once that whole thing has taken place, that will be the time to buy ETH. ETH is currently sat at $1,604. I actually think it's a pretty good spot to be averaging some entries, but of course, I'm not telling you to do that, especially if you're in the UK. So don't do that if you're in England. If you're outside of England, do whatever the hell you want. It doesn't matter to me that much, but I advocate for you to make sensible financial decisions. And of course, nothing in today's video is financial advice, and you should always do your own research. Now, I also said we're going to discuss some on-chain stuff. It's not really on-chain as in this chart, but it is interesting. This is the Bitcoin funding rate. In yesterday's video, I discussed how we were negative. Today, the funding rate has flipped positive, meaning that sentiment has changed overnight quite significantly. And that significant sentiment change is to the upside. There's a lot of people thinking that the price of Bitcoin is going to rise quite significantly, and that's why we have flipped long over on these. Like there's a lot more people opening long positions than there is short positions. So given all of that news, what else is going on in the world of crypto news? Tether is going to start publishing real-time USDT reserve data. That will add some confidence and strength to the market, and here are the signs that crypto winter may be in the past, according to Morgan Stanley. If you want to read more about that, go to cryptosavingexpert.com. It is the best place to begin your cryptocurrency news and education and all that other good stuff. You can go to the courses section, take courses, all them lovely things. I would advocate for anybody, look, you've probably got 180 days maximum at this point in time, A, before Bitcoin halving takes place, but B, to educate yourself and get yourself fully knowledged up, ready for the bull run, because the bull run will kick. And when it kicks, you're going to be too late. Don't be too late. Use Crypto Saving Expert, educate yourself, and sign up to CSE Plus if you want a helping hand. The CSE Plus thing is going to be growing pretty significantly, and there's going to be some huge bonuses for members of CSE Plus pretty soon when we launch a referral program, which will be fantastic. But yeah, in short, Bitcoin looking pretty tasty right now. My trades are in some pretty decent profit. The question is, do we be taking profit at these levels? And my simple answer to that is no. I quite like the idea of averaging in an even more sized up position if we drop back down to this level down here. For me, that'd be quite attractive as far as a buy-in entry goes. $29,200 I think is a pretty decent level for me to be averaging in my trades at. So on that note, guys, what do you think is going to happen to the price of Bitcoin? Are you bullish or are you bearish? Me personally, I am definitely in the camp of the bulls, like without a shadow of a doubt. The key one for me out of everything right now is this metric that we've discussed on the live streams on my main channel. If you're not already a member of the main channel, by the way, just type in That Martini Guy on YouTube. It'll come up. That's my main channel. I'm back to live streaming every single day. But this is what most interests me. This chart right here is a chart of Bitcoin's interest. You can see that Bitcoin has continually declining interest. And yet if we zoom out on the price of Bitcoin on the weekly chart here, you can see that Bitcoin, this chart here, does not replicate the chart that you've just been shown here. You can see we've got a huge spike in 2017, smaller spike in the last bull run, and then a more continuation of this downtrend. It didn't end overnight, but there isn't any resurgence. However, on the price of Bitcoin, we do have price resurgence. So if there isn't new people and more interest coming into the industry, why is the price of Bitcoin going up? It's because the banks, the bankers, and all these other rich guys that trade crypto are buying. They're buying for a reason, and it's not because they intend on losing money, put it that way. They've been averaging it into these low prices. I think that these low prices won't last forever. So I think a bull run's coming within the next 180 days. And on that note, guys, please do, and ladies as well, please do drop a like on today's video. Make sure you are subscribed. If you are interested in trading, check out the link for BitGet in today's video description. And BitGet, you get nice sign-up bonuses and that. It's a great exchange platform, and I've been using it for ages. So check it out. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.